You're listening to Edging the Truth.
Welcome to episode 15 of 2 Steps from the Edge, presented by Edging the Truth. Today I'm here with Brian, and we've got a couple of fun articles of the last week and a half to cover with you. But once again, before we jump into anything, be sure to like and subscribe and follow and all those things. You can find everything you need about us at edgingthetruth.com if you're finding us for the first time. Brian, we've been in like an alien mode for a while now. Like it seems like it's a zeitgeist.
The world's in an alien mode, man. The world is in an alien mode. You know, we found out this year that aliens exist and nobody cares. So,
well, it sounds like Ring, the Ring company that makes the doorbells, it sounds like they care. You have an awesome story I will pull up here, and you can tell everyone about it.
Yeah, so Ring, Santa Monica company. So this is from our friends at ABC7 Eyewitness News in LA. So Ring is offering $1 million to anybody that can capture proof of aliens on their doorbell camera. And I mean, you just think about all the videos you watch online right now. I mean, that are doorbell camera stuff, from the porch pirates, to the porch pirate revenge fucking people that do the glitter bombs and stuff like that, to
people slipping down their stairs in the rain.
Yep, to the delivery drivers doing stuff, to like catching people cheating, to car accidents, to like all the stuff. I mean, Ring camera and topic, you will find a lot of stuff online, like a lot of stuff. Like you will not have a problem finding it. So it's like, this is just funny because it's like, so they want it. So if you capture, which also it's funny. It's like only till November 3rd. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah. You
like,
got a month.
You can't do this. You know, is this like kind of for Halloween? I guess you can't do this for longer. Like, it's like, give us a chance now that we know what we're looking for. You know,
yeah,
like,
it's got to happen in the next 30 days.
Yeah. So it's the next 3 days. But I think the funniest part about, like, one of the funny parts about this story too is that the winner gets $1 million, but it's paid in $50,000 a year for the next 2 decades.
Yeah,
it's like, dude,
so you better not be old if you're gonna find an alien.
Even Publishers Clearinghouse pays better than that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, they at least give you that a month instead of a year. Like, it's just like, fuck, man. But the other thing too is for this that also makes this particular contest unique is that you can still get a $500 Amazon gift card out of Ring if you do the most creative fake.
Yes,
so like,
I love
people
this.
can still do their fakes and all that stuff. You know, like, it's just because I think because the fakes are always people doing fakes as it is, and it's Halloween time, so you know that there's going to be a ton of fakes and that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's just. But I feel like this is where we are. You know what I'm saying? That aliens have become so normal. I mean, it's almost weekly now that you get like more video, people seeing stuff in the sky, and a lot of stuff, especially with the stuff now, because there's so many people. I'm in the satellite game, so many people are launching satellite networks right now. Elon Musk has a Starlink. Eutelsat has their OneWeb. Even Amazon is launching a satellite constellation. I mean, it's getting packed up there. And and they're all LEOs, which are low Earth orbit satellites, which means basically if you know where to look, you can see them. And moreover, you can kind of see them go by in the sky as they go by, because LEOs they keep circling the Earth. And to make these networks, there's hundreds of them up there to make a mesh network in the sky. So you see them. People see them. So there's been those videos of Elon's ones where all the Starlink satellites were lined up.
For
People
sure.
thought they were aliens. So there's been a lot more videos on this. So I think this is very timely. And going back to our last 2 steps, where we were talking about the alien mummies, I mean, we're still waiting for the NASA results because NASA actually sent somebody on that one. I was looking at that today. Still no update on that story. But I mean, I still think there's something there too. But it's just, if you think about it, just since the pandemic, aliens have just become, frankly, pretty normalized, like all the way around.
Well, a lot of conspiracy theories have, and it's funny. I always am searching for new stuff to cover for these episodes, and I recently saw an article that just talked about the phenomenon of conspiracy theories and how it has become more of a worldwide phenomenon in the wake of COVID that the United States, which is definitely the hotbed of conspiracy theory beliefs, has spread. It's permeated. Australia, was one of the places mentioned where there are more and more conspiracy theories being propagated and believed as a result. I think it's definitely, we do live in a place where it's now commonplace for people to talk about aliens, and now it's also jumped the shark. I don't know if did you see the silly video of the guy picking up the alien mummy and biting it?
Yeah, the one that was on TV there. Yeah. I forget what country that was in, but yeah, it was like, oh, they're just made a cake. But
it's a cake. I wanted to see if it was a cake.
I mean, even Star Wars, man. Like, Star Wars became real popular in the last couple years, which is frankly because so many more people have come to Star Wars. People that weren't Star Wars fans before. And, you know, aliens, other planets, all that stuff. If somebody says, like, oh, yeah, you know, Harry Beast on another planet. Oh, yeah, I saw that. That's Star Wars. It's just people are more accepting of it now. Just all the way across the board. Because it's just like, you know, you go to Disneyland, there's people dressed up as aliens. And you want to get a picture with them. You know, it's like it really is becoming more and more and more normalized. And people just don't care. And now that everybody has a phone literally in their hand, if you can get that phone up long enough and you got a good enough lens, you can capture some shit in the sky. I remember the episode we did where I captured some shit in the sky.
Yes.
Here in Vegas.
One of my favorite moments. I remember the night that you came home from that walk and you were like, guys, you got to see it. Hang on, let me get this uploaded. It is not something you planned on. It is not something you wanted. You were not predisposed. You are not, you know, it's back to the whole Close Encounters vibe of, hey, I didn't ask to see this. I wasn't looking for it.
But if in the next year, like, aliens land on Earth and say they only want to talk to Joe Biden, his election is, you know, sealed. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, but I feel like that could very much happen. I feel like it could very much happen. You know, I feel like that this could all just be a long game for the government to finally be like, because they already acknowledge they exist, to finally be like, so this is Zarklar. He's been with us for a few years now. Like, he's, you know, he's helping to do some stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
I want it to be like
RNA vaccines and stuff. It's like, you know, like,
I want it to be like the X-Files movie, you know, where there's like this cadre of elitist, you know, Illuminati type characters and from business and government, et cetera, that have been slowly paving the way for the aliens to, you know, to officially come, if you will. And,
I mean, some people say Elon Musk is
please,
alien, you know,
I'm not interested in
weird,
the,
you know.
Yeah, please don't take over my body, or I don't need body snatchers stuff or bees stinging me and implanting me.
And I just like to throw it out, you know, to go back to Star Wars. If you look at that General Thrawn from that Ahsoka show, he looked just like Elon Musk. I'm just saying, he looked like Elon Musk. Like, he looked like an evil Musk, and I was like, that just solidified me. Like, yeah, I can see Elon Musk being an alien because he's just so weird about stuff.
I definitely need some General Thrawn.
He doesn't seem how to understand fucking, you know, basic human stuff, and named his kid weird symbols and shit. You know, like, it's like, it would make sense if you told me Elon was an alien. I would 100% believe it. 100%.
Have you heard him talk?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Have you heard him talk? Have you seen him name his kids? You know, like, have you seen the stuff he does? Have you been on X? The fact that he named a successful business X that was Twitter, like, it's like, come on, he does stuff a smart person shouldn't do. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
My favorite thing about X now is that the media still doesn't have a good way to refer to it.
No, so they say Twitter, now known as X, or X, formerly Twitter.
They are never not both mentioned, because you can't just put, and let's be real. Did you know that most search things will not allow you to search a single character with any kind of accuracy? Like, you won't get good results.
Why do you think it's triple X rated, bro? Because X rated don't show up no more. You know, like, that's it. That's it.
You got to have 3 characters.
Well, Red, I think we're a couple of characters right now. So I think, you know, get that Ring doorbell, guys. Get those fakes in, is all I'm saying. But Red,
I mean, I don't have a Ring doorbell, but I think I could composite a Ring logo onto a fun video and make it look like a Ring video. Can I still win if I do that?
My neighbor's got one. She was recording my apartment for a while till I said something to the landlord. It's like, lady, you don't need to record the inside of my apartment on your Ring doorbell.
Oh, yeah,
every time I open my door, you shouldn't see into my apartment. It's like, you're going to see Dong. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Like, it's 2 a.m. I'm fucking getting that Postmates. I ain't putting pants on. I just open that door and grab it. Like, it just is what it is. So,
yes.
But Brad, what you got for us this week? What you got?
Well, there were a couple of fun choices, and I think the one I ended up deciding on is one that has already been debunked, which is my favorite. My favorite is when an article that came out a week ago comes out that says XYZ is going to happen in 4 days or 6 days, and then that time passes, and then the thing did not happen. I get more joy out of that than pretty much anything else in our discussions on this show. So I have an article that comes from less than a week ago. We're recording this on October 8th. The story. The story headline is Conspiracy Theorists Fear Emergency Alert System Will Turn the Vaccinated into Zombies. So, as I'm sure everybody in America that is hearing this is well aware, there was an emergency alert system test earlier this past week. Every single person's cell phone, I believe, went off. Was there stuff on TV as well? I don't know.
It was just straight cell. So if you had a cell phone,
it was just on your phones.
It went off. Yes,
and it just and I think everybody.
The test of it was of that system for cell phones.
This was done by FEMA in the interest of testing their system, and it was it was a basic test message, just like you see when the TV will go. This is a test of the emergency broadcast system. Same kind of vibe, but just on your phone.
Oh, I just saw in that article. It was on TV and radio too.
It was also on TV, really.
It's just I don't watch TV or listen to the radio anymore, so of course that's why they had to do it on my phone, because otherwise I would miss it.
So among the conspiracy theories floating out there is that, there were lots of conspiracy theories about the vaccines and what they were delivering, from nanoparticles to sensors and trackers to who knows what. Well, the new theory about the emergency broadcast system is that, as this tweet here shows, this will activate the Marburg virus in people who have been vaccinated. And sadly,
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, I looked it up. We'll talk about it in a second.
Okay, yeah. Well, it's like I'm like, who's Marburg? I was like, the Mark Marburg? Is it does he have Marburgers instead of Wahlburgers? Like I don't. Yeah,
apparently this was one of the. This is one of the viruses that these conspiracy theorists hung their hat on. Another one. I believe it's a blood-based virus, and it does not go well for people that get it. If we're talking about Ebola and things like that, from my reading, it's of that nature. Thus, the zombie equivalent, right? But here people are suggesting wrapping their phones in tin foil or microwaves or Faraday cages, shutting the power off in their building. Of course, we can't, how do you not talk about Glenn Beck when he's talking about this stupidness? Somehow coinciding with Russia conducting nuclear blasts. I can't even look at it anymore.
Yeah. Well, and the thing I heard from this that was like the subset of this that I heard was that they actually did it early. They did a few minutes earlier than the scheduled time. So all those guys were pissed off that they did all their preparations and had, went to turn off they were going to go turn off their phones right before it went off, and like it went off early. Which leads to even more conspiracies. Like, oh no, they knew we were going to turn them off, so they did it early. And it's just like, guys, we're still here. We're still not zombies. Yes. And like, I don't know what you think vaccine technology has come to at this point. Like, you've been watching way too much sci-fi and anime, because like you think that there's just nanobots rolling around in you waiting for a 5G signal to fucking turn you into a zombie. Like, Jesus Christ, man. We can't, can I just say, we can't cure the common cold, all right? You know what I'm saying? Like, we there's now super gonorrhea that we can't cure. And you think that we're fucking over here, trying to, turn everybody into zombies. She's like, come
If
on.
they've got nanoparticles that they can deliver, then why aren't they using nanoparticles to, like, oh, I don't know, remove cancer cells? Or
control the
like
population,
1,000 other
There's
things.
a million
that it
other
could be used
conspiracy
for.
theories
Yeah.
I would put ahead of zombies with nanobots.
Yeah.
Okay, like it's just so who's this dude? Who's Wardley? Wahlberg.
Okay.
Who's
so
Mark Wahlberg?
Marburg is the name of this virus. It is it was discovered in 1969, and the name it's called the Marburg virus is that the outbreak of this disease was in the German city of Marburg. It had to do with let's see here. It had to do with some workers working with some infected monkeys. This is a primate-based virus. Apparently, it is considered to be extremely dangerous by the World Health Organization. It is a viral hemorrhagic fever. So I don't know what other things, but basically,
wasn't that Brad
Ebola
Pitt movie?
and
that
Marburg
Brad Pitt zombie movie was that same thing?
Well, again,
I think that was the hemorrhagic fever. I think it was the same thing.
That's exactly right. So yes, the hemophages and.
But were there? But did they turn into zombies in this fucking German town?
Well, so
I mean, this sounds like the premise of every Call of Duty Zombies mode I've played. Is this premise?
The symptoms of this virus read more or less the same as Ebola, and basically, bleeding from your orifices, a fever, and etc. And it even says it is in the same family of viruses as Ebola. And in fact, in 2009, clinical trials for a vaccine for both Ebola and Marburg, like a single vaccine that handles both. So it's really just another. They could have used the word. They could have said Ebola, right?
Yeah, it's another Ebola. Yeah.
And
you think Ebola's caused by 5G too? Jesus Christ! Are we saying polio's caused by 5G next? Like, guys, polio's making a comeback. That vaccine they gave everybody. It was a long game. So your grandpa's going to turn into a zombie.
They were just waiting for everyone
vaccine.
to get stupid again and stop getting it done.
Because polio's making a comeback. Just like freaking leprosy is making a comeback in Florida. It's like, oh my God, you guys, what are we doing? We're going too crazy with the anti-vax, man. That's just people just went too hard the other way.
Yeah.
And it's just it's where we live in, man. People lose faith in the systems and bullshit and believe snake oil men and con artists and people selling them, dick pills at the gas station and stuff like that. It's just all of their leaders, every single quote unquote leader, especially I can't even say just on one side, on all sides, everybody peddles their stuff. Their whatever pills or pillows or whatever the hell it is. It's like they peddle that stuff. These people trust them and just get it. It's like, why do we think so many people took goddamn horse medicine? Because the people they trusted said do it. And even after all of those people that they said did it died of taking it, everybody's still like, no, but I won't die. They did, but I won't.
Or I didn't. Yeah, or I didn't, and that proves it's okay.
Or I didn't.
Yes.
Yeah, and like I said, yes. Yeah. So it's... guys, and I think you guys really don't understand that 5G doesn't do that much. All right, 5G hardly works on my phone a lot of the time. Okay, you want to tell me that it's like. But Red, let's finish off with what's the sub funny story that you have on this one too?
Oh yeah, so the other thing that I saw in the wake of this that I thought was hysterical was that because of the emergency broadcast system, many Amish folks that owned cell phones were outed in their communities for owning cell phones, which they are not supposed to, because this thing went off. So who else was outed for what, I wonder?
Yeah, your wife found that burner phone you had,
right? Why is the desk ringing?
Oh, my friend's I guess my friend is a drug dealer because he has these two other phones. But it was funny too because it still went off, but mine went off before other people I was with went off. And we were both in the same room on the same towers, all in Verizon. It was weird how it was kind of delayed around different people's phones. But it's like
Weird.
we're so used to at this point, like but this is like saying that Amber Alerts would turn us into zombies. It's literally the same thing.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
It's like, I mean, this is saying getting a text message would turn you into a zombie. Literally the same thing. So it's like, I mean, why don't we just say like, well, are these guys all just going to start smashing their phones in general? Like, how long till we have the unplugged generation where people are like, I can't use a phone? It's like, we already had that.
Yeah.
Like, the government's going to get you. And all the people that said the government's going to get you with their phone are now telling you that on their phone. So it's like,
yes, I'm more likely to believe like the Manchurian Candidate kind of scenario where the government is using the phone system to, you pick up your phone and you go hello, and it does some weird sounds that affect your brain and brain wire. You know, I'm more likely to believe that. As
and I say I go more of a Naked Gun.
Scenario.
I go more Naked Gun than Manchurian Candidate. You know what I'm saying? Because that was the premise of that first Naked Gun movie. Liz Nielsen, O.J. Simpson. It's a classic.
No, it's
trying
the same
to kill the
thing,
queen
yes.
with a little beeper, little car beeper. Yep, I remember that.
Yeah, cell phones. I mean, phones have always been used to deliver. You know, whether it's you call the phone and you talk to the AI or whatever, you know, the robot intelligence, the massive supercomputer, and it gives you your instructions. I know there's movies. A movie with Michael Caine called The $1 Billion Brain, and it's about a computer that is out there basically, you know, sending out orders and shit. The new Mission Impossible movie, if you haven't seen it, it's all about an AI that's out there running the counterintelligence, you know, the scenarios in the world, etc. I mean,
I'll go all the way back to Matthew Broderick. Remember that War Games, Matthew Broderick?
Oh, I love War Games.
Yeah. I mean, same thing. That you know, he was dialed into that computer, Cosmolore and stuff. But Red. All we're saying is record aliens with your ring cam, and just your phone is fine. All right. So I'm sorry for the Amish that are now, you know, outed, but hey, it's good for you because now you can come all the way into the 21st century and get a job and churn some butter for good. Now you can put that butter on the internet. You got those skills. Come and raise a barn for me. I know you got that skill. I'll text you about it.
You can honestly be yourself now. Well, that's it for episode 15 of Two Steps from the Edge. We have a fun episode for you next week. We're going to be talking about the conspiracy theory that King Charles III, formerly known as Prince Charles, is a vampire. I'm excited to hear about the crazy people that actually believe this and all the ins and outs of that. And a week from that, we will have our 2-year anniversary episode. So again, be sure to subscribe to us, follow us, however you like to consume podcasts, whether that's on YouTube if you're viewing us, or Spotify or Google Podcasts or any of those kind of places. If you're just an audio consumer, you can always find us everywhere at edgingthetruth.com. We do have a voicemail line we would love for you to call and tell us your story, tell us your opinion, tell us how much we suck, how much we're great, how much whatever you feel like. We would love to hear your comments with your voice. You can do that at 917-979-6071. It's a voicemail line. You won't ever reach a real person.
It's a real phone number. People call it. A lot of
it's
people
a real
think
phone number. There's no scam.
I'm not trying to get your 5G. Well, maybe we'll say this. If you call, maybe you'll turn somebody into a zombie on the other end. So call the line. Call the line. You don't know what's going to happen on the other end.
We need to change the voice message to say that.
Call it. Be like, you have now turned one of our hosts into a zombie. Please leave a message.
But you have to pick which one.
Now the 5G picks. The alien overlords pick. So
we will see you next time here at Edging the Truth. That's Brian. I'm Red. You've been listening to Two Steps from the Edge.
Sponsor us, ring doorbells.
Visit edgingthetruth.com for more information and links to all our social media and podcast directories.